You might have spent hours planning the perfect date, dropped serious cash on gifts, or bent over backward to make her happy, only to hear those gut-punching words, "I'm just not feeling it anymore." It's confusing, right? You did everything for her, flowers, dinners, your time, your heart, so why isn't she sticking around? Here's the truth bomb most men miss. Women aren't loyal to what you do. They're loyal to something deeper, something that hits them on an emotional and energetic level. There is an old saying that says, "A man's strength is not in what he gives, but in how he carries himself while giving it." Today, I'm breaking down 5 key insights about why women tie their hearts to your energy, not your actions, and how you can cultivate the kind of presence that inspires unshakable loyalty. Rooted in psychology, real-world experiences, and a woman's perspective, this is going to change how you show up in relationships. Stick around to the end for practical tips to level up your vibe. Let's dive in. 1. Women connect to your emotional presence, not your checklist. You can shower her with gifts, plan epic vacations, or be her personal chauffeur, but if your energy screams insecurity or desperation, those actions lose their impact. Women are intuitive. They pick up on the vibe behind your deeds. A 2018 study in the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships found that women prioritize emotional connection over material provision, valuing partners who make them feel secure and understood. When you give with neediness, like you're trying to buy her affection, she senses it, and it feels transactional, not genuine. Think about it. A $500 handbag might impress her for a day, but if you hand it over with a vibe that says, "Please don't leave me," it's a turnoff. Compare that to a simple coffee date where you're fully present, listening deeply, exuding calm confidence. She'll remember that moment for weeks. I've heard women gush about men who did nothing special, but made them feel alive with a steady gaze or a heartfelt laugh. The key? Show up with intention. Your presence, calm, grounded, authentic, is what anchors her heart, not the price tag of your gestures. 2. Respect is the foundation of her loyalty. Loyalty isn't built on how much you give. It's built on how much you respect yourself and her. Women crave a man who protects her dignity in every moment, big or small. This means speaking about her with pride, standing by her in tough times, and handling disagreements without belittling her. A 2020 study from the Journal of Family Psychology shows that mutual respect predicts long-term relationship satisfaction more than financial provision or physical attraction. If you mock her in front of others or dismiss her feelings, no amount of flowers will fix that wound. From a woman's perspective, respect feels like safety. I've seen friends stay loyal to men who weren't the richest or flashiest, but treated them like gold, valuing their opinions, defending their honor, and never making them feel small. On the flip side, a guy who buys her the world but criticizes her publicly, she'll disconnect even if she enjoys the perks. Protect her respect by setting boundaries and upholding your own standards. When she sees you value yourself, she'll value you more, and loyalty follows naturally. 3. Strength and standards trump sacrifices. Here's a hard truth. Overgiving can kill attraction. When you say yes to everything, sacrifice your needs, or tolerate disrespect just to keep her, she doesn't see devotion, she sees weakness. Evolutionary psychology suggests women are drawn to men who display strength and leadership, as these traits signal security. A 2019 study in evolutionary psychological science found that women rate men with clear boundaries as more desirable than those who over-accommodate. In real life, this looks like a man who doesn't let her walk all over him. If she flakes on plans repeatedly, a man with standards might call it out or walk away, not beg for her time. I've heard women admit they tested a guy's boundaries, only to respect him more when he held firm. It's not about being harsh, It's about showing you're a leader, not a doormat. Standards create scarcity. Scarcity creates value. When she knows you won't compromise your integrity, she'll fight to keep you, because you're rare. Loyalty thrives when she respects your strength, not your sacrifices. 4. Leadership not pleasing sparks her devotion. Pleasing her constantly, always agreeing, avoiding conflict, putting her first, sounds noble, but it's a loyalty killer. Women don't want a yes man, they want a leader with vision. A 2021 meta-analysis in Personality and Social Psychology Review found that women prefer partners who display decisiveness and purpose, as these traits foster trust and stability. Leadership isn't about control, it's about direction. When you know where you're going and invite her along, she feels safe to follow. Real-world example. A friend stayed loyal to a guy who wasn't perfect but had a clear life mission. He'd say no to plans that didn't align with his goals, and she admired his focus. Compare that to another guy who agreed to everything but lost her respect because he had no backbone. Leadership means making tough calls, like addressing her disrespect calmly or prioritizing your growth. When she sees you're grounded, her loyalty grows, not because you pleased her, but because you inspired her trust. 5. Independence makes you magnetic. Here's the paradox. The less you need her loyalty, the more likely she is to give it to you. A man who ties his worth to her staying is radiating insecurity, which repels her. But a man who knows his value, whose life, purpose, and identity stand strong with or without her, is magnetic. A 2022 study in Archives of Sexual Behavior showed that women are more attracted to men who display emotional independence, as it signals confidence and abundance. From a woman's view, this guy is irresistible. He doesn't cling, he invites. He doesn't beg for her time, he shares his world. I've heard women talk about men they couldn't forget, not because of gifts, but because of their unshakable presence. One friend stayed loyal to a man who calmly said, "I want you here, but I'm whole either way." That freedom made her choose him. Cultivate your own mission, career, passions, growth, and she'll want to be part of it. Loyalty flows when she knows you're not desperate for it. Gentlemen, women don't stay loyal to your actions. They stay loyal to the energy you bring. It's not about how much you give, but how you make her feel secure, respected, and inspired. These 5 insights show that loyalty is emotional, not transactional. Stop chasing it with gifts or sacrifices. Instead, show up as a man who knows his worth and uplifts hers. When you create a space where she feels safe and valued, her heart will follow. If this hit home, like and subscribe for more real talk. Keep shining, and I'll see you in the next video.